The Buckeyes take down Wisconsin, final score of 24-10 in Madison, paying a visit to former Ohio State coach Luke Fickell. This game, for the most part, was very competitive, yet I thought it was kind of boring in a sense. Not that I don't usually find great defensive battles boring, but I just felt like there was this kind of inevitability to it all that just kind of felt like it was a bit formulaic. Although, shout out to Jim Knowles and the Buckeye defense, who have been having a great year. I know a lot of Buckeye fans, myself included, were kind of giving Jim Knowles a side eye after some performances against Michigan and Georgia and some of the other gaffes that the Buckeye defense went through last season, thinking, you know, is this really the guy that's going to orchestrate a turnaround for the Buckeye defense? And this season, although it's not done, but so far through this season, the answer has been a resounding yes on that front. So, you know, something about the state of Ohio teams and, you know, defensive coordinators named Jim up. We also have Jim Schwartz up in Cleveland with that great defense up there doing his thing. But back to the Buckeyes, they got some high-powered offensive weapons back in Trey Henderson. Emeka Egbuka was made available but never played in this game. You also have Denzel Burke coming back in. He missed the game against Penn State. The opening kickoff went out of bounds, something that I thought was a bit strange. Then you have a 4th and 3 attempt in long field goal range that ended with McCord getting strip sacked on to end the first drive for the Buckeyes. But the defense continues to be amazing. You have an interception by Igbinosa, and that set the offense up in good position. The drive would stall in the red zone, however, Fielding making a chip shot field goal, making it 3-0 for the game. Both offenses having a tough time early. Wisconsin did get a great punt return, but there was nothing from the offense for the batters on that drive, leading to a 54-yard try for Wisconsin that was missed. Fleming was unable to haul in a deep target, looked to be in a lot of pain leaving the field, so hopefully Julian Fleming isn't hindered for later weeks from his injury that he suffered there, but you can only hope for the best in that respect. Marvin Harrison Jr., though, making a contested catch shortly after, but the Buckeyes get stonewalled on 3rd and 1. However, a taunting call on Wisconsin kept the drive alive, but the very next play, McCord throwing a bad interception into the end zone. You got to throw that away or tuck it in and run or something. You can't just throw it into bad double coverage like that. 3 collective turnovers in the first quarter between the two teams. That ends 3-0 in the favor of Ohio State. Buckeyes would get the ball back, drive right down the field, and McCord would find Harrison Jr. on a short crossing route in the red zone, and he walks his way into the end zone to make it 10-0 for Ohio State. And it seemed like the Buckeyes were starting to really get some momentum, maybe thinking about pulling away, but on offense, a false start segues into another Kyle McCord interception. A really nice play by Hallman for the Badgers there. Dangerous throw by Kyle McCord. Again, probably not the best decision there. On the following drive, the defense would allow an uncharacteristic 3rd and 13 conversion. That put Wisconsin in the red zone. Now, the Badgers, they do have a touchdown on a screen pass. However, upon further review, the wide receiver was down as he caught it. He had his knee down when he caught the ball. JTT went down for a little bit, a bit of a friendly fire as far as him getting speared maybe into his lower body area, like the abdomen area. He did leave under his own power. That's nice to see. I believe I saw he was on the sidelines. Ohio State forcing a 4th and goal. Wisconsin injury would stop play, and the Badgers just making a chip shot field goal to end the half. 10-3, Buckeyes out in front. Now, Wisconsin got the ball back first in the second half, and they got some explosive plays and leading to a game-tying touchdown drive, tying the game at 10 on a passing touchdown from Locke to Pauling. The Buckeyes would respond with a Henderson-heavy drive that's finished with another great catch from Marvin Harrison Jr. This one was in the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the game, putting Ohio State back in the lead 17-10. The Buckeyes got the ball back, no problem, but Kyle McCord does appear to get hurt on the drive. That might be something that we can monitor and look at in the upcoming weeks, but he does seem to be limping a little bit and getting hurt as far as a little bit goes. Then you also have Lathan Ransom on the defense for Ohio State. He got carted off. Tough loss defensively. Hopefully doesn't derail his season long term. He did come back on the sidelines under his own power, which is nice, but you know, when somebody gets carted off, that is usually an indication that something isn't quite right, and it's not going to be right for at least a little bit. So Wisconsin punts, but they do flip the field, and with a hobble, Kyle McCord coming out, but Trey Henderson breaking off a big run to get the Buckeyes down to about midfield. The drive does die down there. McCord hit with an intentional grounding. That was one of a couple intentional groundings that he did have. It's becoming a theme with him, not just in this Wisconsin game, but that's happened to him a few times throughout the season now. Denzel Burke making a breakup on 3rd down on Wisconsin's drive following that. And the Buckeyes would get a chance to ice the game. They had the ball with about less than 7 minutes to go, and it didn't take them very long to answer. Trey Henderson breaking off a 35-yard touchdown run, following his block, shaking off some loose tackles, and that increased the lead 24-10. Game, it seems, pretty out of hand for what Wisconsin's offense was able to do, and the defense would stop a 4th and 10 to truly put the game away with about 3 minutes left. Those 3 minutes were essentially garbage time. So Ohio State getting a tough road win against a Big Ten team. Their former, their former coach, when things got bad back forever ago with Tressel. I do have some worries about Kyle McCord, and not just the potential injury issues that maybe he'll have linger around for the next couple weeks or so, if it even is a thing for him. But there have been plenty of throws that Kyle McCord has been able to maybe attempt to make that he's just kind of missing. Sometimes doesn't even make the throw because he either doesn't see it or doesn't really trust that it's going to develop and get there. If he does see it and make it, there have also been plenty of underthrows, maybe just not being able to hit some of these guys in stride when they're running their routes. Through a couple of bad interceptions in this game after, I will give him this, he hadn't been turning the ball over really all that much before this game, and it was 2 interceptions and a lost fumble. And intentional grounding is becoming more and more of an issue for McCord as this season has gone on. Now, that is a bit, I am grading him on a bit of a harsh scale just because of the talented Buckeye quarterbacks we've seen in the past few quarterback cycles with, Dwayne Haskins and Justin Fields and CJ Stroud. And I'm not saying all hope is lost for Kyle McCord as far as him having, a great game against a stellar opponent or anything, but I am saying that these are things that definitely have to be cleaned up. And you're getting to a point where there's not a whole lot of games left before this team is staring down a trip up to Ann Arbor. And at that point, and you can't really afford to be having any sort of questions about how your starting quarterback is going to perform in that game when it comes to it. So hopefully in the next few weeks, Kyle McCord puts up some really impressive performances, gets some big number games on the stat sheet. But just some things that Kyle McCord, we'd like to see him clean up on. But again, I'm not going to say that all hope is lost or that, start setting your Kyle McCord jerseys on fire or anything. Just that there has been a bit of a drop in what we've come to expect from Ohio State quarterbacks this season, just a little bit. And again, still time to turn it around, but we're getting to the mid-season and it's starting to become, these issues haven't really been going away. So that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you didn't make it this far into it, make sure to leave a like and a subscribe if you enjoyed the video and you would like to see more like it. Let me know your thoughts about this game and how Ohio State might do in the next couple of weeks down in the comment section below. Once again, thank you for watching, and I will see you at the next one.